Double standards can be defined as a set of rules applied to a particular group of people in a more harsher or severe way, even though the circumstances are entirely the same involving those groups. For example, a double standard that negatively impacts men: if you paint your nails or get piercings. And a negative double standard that affects women is, as a man, if you talk to multiple people, amazing master lock, you just have the Riz methods of all Riz, this guy's game needs to be studied. If you're a woman, holy community coochie. You are passed around, the school thought, etc. So today we're gonna be checking out double standards in today's society. We're gonna see what are the worst double standards, why they exist, and everything related to double standards.
You know what really grinds my gears?
What grinds you, man?
The amount of double standards we have in today's society and the people's inability to see them.
Yeah.
I've seen double standards between all types of demographics. We have double standards between races. We have double standards between ages.
Yo, this is crazy, bro. 45 and 18. You were born when, like, the ATMs were first created and they were deadass calling them the automatic teller machines. They didn't even have acronyms back then.
And we have double standards between genders. I'm sorry, but this one always just cracks me up. We have Lizzo doing...
Put on a shirt and empowering. Yo, both of you guys are 5XL, respectfully. And that's not me hating. That's just me stating the obvious.
some kind of, like, photo shoot, and it's empowering. But then when Rick Ross, or I think that's Rick Ross, chilling on the couch without a shirt on, put a shirt on, nigga. Some of these double standards...
Whoa. Why did he say the N-word like that, bro? Yo, let me find out, bro. I don't know. I feel like that sounded a little white, bro.
do actually make sense, you know, like, put a shirt on, nigga. Some of these double standards do actually make sense, you know, like, obviously a man and a woman are not the same. A younger person is not the same as an older person. They obviously have some differences there, and a black person is not the same as a white person. All right, let me try to rephrase that last one.
I mean, like, yeah, they're not. It depends on what you mean in the context. Like, if you're black, you're going to go through different type of experiences, and that's what they know as white privilege, which, by the way, bro, white privilege does not mean you get to live life on easy mode. For anybody who thinks that, yo, you're an idiot, pick up Google, type in definition of white privilege, okay? It just means that you live with a certain set of negative issues that just do not affect you because you are white. That doesn't mean you get to live life on easy mode and you have no hardships. No, bro. It's just this certain type of negative stuff doesn't affect you. You could just get hit by all the other BS that we know as life, all right?
Oh, that one sounded a little bit weird. See, exactly. That's my point. You know, it sounds weird when you say something like that, but if I were to say something like, Mexicans are not the same as Arabs, now it sounds a little bit better, right? But there's just two different races on each example.
I think maybe it sounds weirder because black people and white people both come from the same country in that context versus Mexicans and Middle Easterns. Like, you're saying it on the state of the cultures being so different. But honestly, when you say black people, white people are different, bro, I didn't get offended. I feel like that's facts, though.
It's exactly the kind of situation this guy went through.
Women are fucking racist, and a lot of times they don't know that they're racist. But I was talking to this girl on Hinge who happened to be Mexican. She asked what my ethnicity was. I said Arab. She said, oh, it's not going to work out. I said, why the fuck is it not going to work out? What the fuck happened? She said, Arabs and Mexicans make a toxic couple. I said, where the fuck did you get that idea? She said, have you ever been with a Mexican girl? I said, yeah, once. And then she said, how'd it go? I said, she shattered my heart. And then she said, yeah, see? And I was like, I don't think she shattered my heart because she was fucking Mexican. I think she shattered my heart because she was a terrible person, all on her own. Race had nothing to do with it. And she said, no, I've had friends that have been with Arab guys, and they now legit, I'm scared.
So are Arab dudes and Mexican women just incompatible? If you try to, like, smash, you try to do the tango or date, it just creates some type of, like, nuclear explosion, dude? And no, I'm not saying that in a racist, weird way. I'm just saying it based on the way that they're describing it. Like, how is it possibly the case that there's no chemistry?
This is what I said in response, because that's how it sounded. I know I've said my fair share of things.
What the hell did black people do, bro?
On the internet, right? But I've never once judged somebody based on race. You can't do that, right? Anybody with a gun could shoot you.
So this guy got turned down by a Mexican woman on the basis of him being Arab. And her reasoning behind this is because she's had some bad experiences with Arabs, and her Latina friends have had bad experiences with Arabs. And he responds with this: I know some friends that got robbed by black guys. I'm legit scared. That's how you sound right now. To where she says, what the fuck? Not even. Maybe she's right. Maybe Latinas and Arabs do just make a toxic couple. And maybe, you know, if you got robbed by a bunch of black guys, maybe you should be scared of walking around black people at night.
Nah, I'm gonna disagree with you on this one, bro. I think that if you make an entire generalization about a group of people with millions of humans on Earth, by the way, all of them have different personalities, nobody is a monolith, and you decide based on one experience or two experiences or 30 experiences of black people that now all black people are cooked, yo, you have the IQ of a puppy baby ant, bro. Your IQ is below 0, in the negatives. You should not be eligible to vote, and you should not be eligible to be considered human. As a matter of fact, I think that your rights should get stripped away, and you gotta get whipped. Because you, sir, are an idiot and donkey of the day. If you're enjoying the video so far, please make sure you go ahead and smash the subscribe button. We're on the road to 400,000 subscribers. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm kidding, but I wish some people would just stand on business when it comes to this. Like, okay, you think...
The amount of experiences I've had with different people that were negative from all different types of races never once made me think in my mind that this group of people is cooked. Because everybody else has a different brain. That is the stupidest way of thinking. The only way I could possibly see you thinking this is if you are born into like an Amish town where they take away your devices, shave your head bald, or some type of cult where you've been indoctrinated for your entire existence, and you think a certain way of a group, then you're a victim, bro, and I can't really blame you. Otherwise, if you have access to the internet and you have a nice brain, you go to school, university, how are you thinking like this, bro?
Arabs and Latinas make a bad couple, but could you say whites and blacks make bad couples? Could you, if a guy said he prefers not to date a black girl, are you going to stand on business and say he's allowed to have that preference?
Is it sexist for women to cross the street at night to avoid men? Why is the same not true for white people to cross the street to avoid black people? Is it not avoiding violence?
Both are for safety. Now, the white...
Yo, that sounded just funny as hell, bro. I think it is different, though.
Person crossing the street, their lack of a sense of safety is coming from things like scapegoating and propaganda that they've been fallen victim to.
And women avoiding men haven't fallen for some weird propaganda?
They have, but I do think that men are more likely. I think it's a safer bet for a woman to cross the street when a man is there. And honestly, as a man, if you have a problem with women doing this, bro, you're a freaking loser, dude. I'm sorry, bro, you're a loser. Bro, if it's me walking past and it's late night, I don't give a damn if it's late night or broad day. If it's just me and a woman walking, I will dead ass cross the street just so that person feel safe. That's not even me trying to be a simp or white knighting anything, bro, because I understand how it might feel for them, and also it feels uncomfortable for me, dude. If you have a problem with this, bro, you're kind of cooked in the brain. Realistically, men are much stronger on average than a woman versus a black person and a white person. There's not like a strength difference. There's no like, you know, real fears safety wise. And also I think if you look at the stats, bro, a lot of the violent crimes that be happening are from men in general. It's not really on a race perspective. It's just, dude.
Don't get me wrong, there are some weird men out there that women should definitely avoid, especially when walking down the street. But don't get me wrong, the same could go for black people. I don't mean to throw black people under the bus and just bring them up where they're not being brought up, but I mean, come on now, let's
wait, Ames, are you black, bro?
On business, you know, like both sides could be inflicted by propaganda. Both sides are for safety. And both sides might have some reasoning for it.
I don't believe that black people are more dangerous than white people, bro. If you do believe that, I feel like that's just straight up racist, bro. Like, believing that men are more dangerous and more capable of violence than women is a factual statement based on their physical superiority. Biologically, yeah?
If you're in a weird neighborhood at night, regardless, you should be crossing the street when you see somebody on the other side. Whether you're a woman or a man, and whether the person on the other side is black or white or whatever.
Women crossing the street for safety is coming from either their personal lived experience or the lived experience of women around them.
I'm willing to bet that you already know what's coming after this. I haven't even heard what he said yet, but I can already tell you that she walked herself into this one.
Great. Okay, what's stopping a white person who's had a bad experience with a black person and then pointing to crime statistics, which do seem to indicate that black people per capita commit certain violent crimes more often than white people? From your perspective, your frame, your lens.
I think if you just take a look at that statistic on its own, it's kind of flawed because these violence statistics are impacted by like socioeconomic reasoning a lot of times, and people will just look at the per capita of whatever this is and just think, okay, black people are inherently more violent. But if you genuinely think that a black person born with a black genetic structure, whatever the hell, and they're born into this world just automatically with this gene in their head that they're more violent, bro, you have no help. I'm sorry.
What would actually be wrong with a white person from arriving at basically a racist position?
Nothing.
Well, hey, there, at least she stood on business here.
I still think it's different because, again, you're not afraid of black people on like a power biological level. As a woman, you should be afraid of just men in general. I feel like not on the basis of them being white or black because they're so much stronger.
Just go to my house and.
Are you okay?
What the hell, bro?
No, I'm not okay.
I don't know him.
I'm not okay. I'm the baddest mother.
People from the looks maxing community were saying that if this guy was attractive, he would have succeeded in his goals, and I kind of disagree.
Yeah,
the double standard that's presented here is that when an attractive man does an extremely strong cold approach like this, he would be successful. But since this guy is like the ultra chud, he then grosses her out. And I honestly kind of disagree. This is just not how people like do this. This is just not like normal in society.
Yeah.
Like whether you're ugly, chud, attractive, or whatnot, you just don't go up to random.
If you go up to a random girl and you think that saying, yo, come to my crib and smash is gonna work, you've been watching way too many freaking Miami 20v1 speed dating weird ass TV shows, bro. You've been watching too much clavicular live streams or whatever the hell it is, because something out there has got your brain cooked to thinking that real humans operate this way. Get off the hub, get off X videos, get off X and X, spank bang, whatever the corn you're watching, bro, and go in real life and talk to humans, bro. Nobody wants to get talked to like this. It doesn't matter how attractive you are. If you are attractive, you're a Chad. The only way this works is on somebody who's a degenerate loser who is freaked out. Of the average woman, this is just not gonna work. It doesn't matter how you look.
Strangers and open with, do you want to come back to my place? I also saw this lighter that said, if you want to smile when you give me the lighter back. And if you're going around giving this lighter to random people, then yeah, that would probably be just as weird. I would say,
gang, this is literally just harassment, sexual harassment.
A little bit less weird, but still in the same realm as this Asian guy going around asking girls that. But I don't think this lighter is supposed to be given to random people. I mean, if you're already smoking with a girl, I'd assume that you'd already had some kind of relationship, friendship, so I don't know, some weird kind of situationship going on. But the same goes for this guy. Like, that is not something that you ask strangers at a gas.
Yo, this dude, I don't know what he was watching, bro. Duke Dennis unspoken Riz tips. Duke Dennis would never recommend something like this. So I can't even say that. Like, me even saying Duke Dennis's name is freaking doesn't make any sense. I don't know what was you actually watching to think that this is gonna work, bro?
Station, man. That is just not where you do it.
Call the police on me.
Yeah, I will. What the f?
Yeah, let's go.
Who the f are
Let's
you?
go. And then you can call the police on me. For raping or whatever.
You could just tell it.
What the? Yeah, no. This guy, yo, put him in jail right now.
This guy had some kind of weird ideology in his brain, like some incel looks max ideology where he's like, this must be how Chad gets laid. And if I was a Chad, this is just how it goes. So let's just go and try it out. And just like,
Sigma want woman, Sigma get woman. All I has to say is, and then, no, bro, it doesn't work like that, man.
dog, you need to be medicated. You know, funny enough, I saw a video of the streamer Sneeko dealing with this exact same situation, but with a woman.
I want to fuck him and he don't want to fuck me.
How you doing? She's following me
I'm
around.
trying to fuck him and he don't want to fuck me.
What the hell?
This is 2025.
Do you mind if I just wanted to separate away from her? I don't know who this is.
This is bullshit. Wait, you're red pill. This is
that okay?
the
Can I
red
walk
pill.
inside so she doesn't follow
You're
me?
afraid of the black
okay?
woman's body.
Thank you.
Touch my titties.
What are you doing, bro? Don't say black women, bro. You're embarrassing black people, bro. Nobody wants to be associated with you. You're weird.
No, he can fuck.
You make Sneeko look good in clips. That's how you know your shit's cooked. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Sneeko will do whatever it takes to make himself look bad in the clips, bro. And I'm saying that as a person who used to watch Sneeko when he was a lot younger. Brother, what are you doing? And anybody out there watch this video thinking, oh, he's lucky, he should take that, blah, 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 blah. Yo, you need to be studied, bro. When you die, we need to donate your brain to freaking cancer research, scientific something research, where we study your brain, see what went wrong, and so we don't raise a child to think like you did.
Call the cops. We don't give a f. No, keep filming.
Why in both instances did the perpetrator, the aggressor, tell the people to call the cops on them? Now, where I do think the double standard applies is that this woman is now chasing after Sneeko after saying that she wanted to f him, and this is going down the streets of New York. If a man was chasing a woman down the streets of New York after saying that, I promise you a bystander would tackle him within at least a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, for example, you have this woman half naked with her boobs out chasing after Sneeko.
Maybe because, I guess the devil's advocate argument would be because she's not as much of a physical threat as a man chasing a woman, of course. But either way, this still needs to be stopped. She still needs to be arrested, and she's still a harasser. She's still a weirdo. She still needs to get the same amount of jail time and all that.
Goes saying, let's fuck. And he only is able to escape her after he gets into a taxi cab. And compare that to this. This guy goes up to a worker at what seems to be a cologne shop and asks if she's single.
Just thought you were like really pretty, honestly. Are you single?
Yeah, go ahead and look at her expression. I don't think she's interested, buddy.
Call security. I'm being 100% serious.
So she says she's gonna call security, so the guy immediately starts to leave.
I'm calling security.
All right, bro. Now she's doing a little much. Like, I understand being annoyed if he was recording on the meta glasses, because that could be a like kind of weird, right? Especially when they tape up the little flash. But dude, calling security after you said you're gonna call security and all he said was, yo, I think that you're attractive.
Why?
Why are you out in public?
I've never seen somebody so scared for their safety that they call security by following the guy, and then her and more women follow him into a store to continue to talk to him about the issue. Mind you, this guy has already done everything in his power to de-escalate the situation. She says she's gonna call security, so he leaves. You could say he could just delete the video, but he doesn't have to, and you'll see at the end why.
Where's your parents?
My parents?
Your parents. Like,
I just took the bus here.
he said he's 15.
Your name?
My name?
Yeah.
I forgot, honestly.
It's gonna have to get deleted because they're not consenting to it.
I don't think they have to though.
Does this security guard have any power in the situation to do that?
Excuse me? I just saw you like from across the store. I thought you were really pretty. Are you single by chance? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, have a nice day.
Wait. Am I tripping, or does she have the ring on the wrong finger, bro? I think she just wasn't interested, buddy, but it's okay, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, have a nice day.
You can't be asking people stuff.
What? Bro, how am I supposed to get a girlfriend if I can't talk to them?
Dude, do you not know the new strat that's going around? You don't ask them if they're single or tell them that they're really pretty. You just go up to them and ask them if they want to.
Yeah,
Also,
obviously that's way worse. But then I do understand the controversy of going up to random people and recording them on the meta glasses and then them feeling annoyed and wanting to get you kicked out as well.
I like how his question genuinely dumbfounded the security. How am I supposed to get a girlfriend if I can't talk to girls? And he's just like, oh shit, this guy actually. No, that is a good point.
We've come and talked to you about this.
So let's go over the situation.
At what point do you guys think that a person should get kicked out? Let's just say a woman complains that she's getting harassed, right? And this guy keeps going up to random girls being like, yo, can I be your girlfriend? Can we go on a date? Can we go on a date? Can we go on a date? To like 100 straight girls in a row. And they're all like, yo, this guy's kind of annoying. Should he get kicked out? Do you guys think he should get kicked out even though he's just asking to be a girlfriend? It's like a simple question.
Once more, there is 3 security guards for this one guy. And that girl...
I think realistically, if I was working security, I would think if this guy is disturbing my paying customers and he's just here to record his meta glasses content, yeah, go ahead and take a hype, pal. I need these customer sales. I need these people to enjoy them all.
Also brought 2 other women as backup for her too. And you would think by now, okay, this is where it finally gets de-escalated. There's security involved. He's getting escorted out. No, they're still following him. At this point, they're the ones harassing him. I want to know, who is running that cologne shop now? I mean, she seemed to be the only employee that was in there. More importantly, it seems like these women are purposely trying to rile up the security to get a reaction out of this guy, maybe to escalate it even further. And you would think maybe this is where it finally ends, right? He's outside of the mall. He's walking to the bus station stop. He then gets confronted by one of the girl's boyfriends.
Are we dead ass? Oh my god, this is not that deep,
we had
bro.
2 girls, 3 security guards, a boyfriend leaving from work or home or whatever to come to his girlfriend's work, and it gets even worse, man, because the boyfriend is being followed by the police because he brought them here to talk to the guy. So we had
all because he said, I think that you're attractive, dude. Yo, bro. Okay, this is just too much.
3 security guards, 2 girls, 1 boyfriend, and 2 police officers, just to tell him that he's been trespassed because he asked a girl if she was single while recording. You would never see a man get the same treatment, and it'd be even less if the man was being harassed by a woman. I was gonna end it off, but security is still here for some reason, like, dog. And one of the reasons why I say that he didn't have to delete the footage is because the police got involved, asked him if he minds deleting it, which he says he does mind, and they all move on. And here now the video is out to the public. So if she really feels like this guy invaded her privacy and safety and whatnot, she can take it up to the courts. I mean, the double standard when it comes to male and female safety is insane. I mean, we've all seen those videos of a woman smacking up on a man, and then the one time the man stands up and turns around to face her, that's when everybody decides.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think me as a dude in the situation, I couldn't do this, even though I understand hitting somebody with force after they hit you. Obviously, you don't hit somebody unless you expect to be hit. I do still think that you should push them just because you know better, you know?
To get involved in, whoa, bro, you're taking it too far. I think that's where the most double standards occur is between the 2 sexes. You have men and women, and they conflict pretty often. Being married is so cool. I'm over here playing.
Another thing about that hitting thing, I think that a girl who knows that it's unethical for a man to hit them back and chooses to hit them on the basis of they're not gonna hit me back is actually a really big loser, a coward, and you actually are like very, very extremely manipulative. You're hitting somebody and then like covering yourself because if you get hit, you're like, oh no, he hit me, he hits women, blah, 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 as if you didn't hit him first. There is something about these people that needs to be said. I don't know exactly how to put it, but all I know is these people are freaking terrible.
With computers, and my wife shows up with this mouth-watering meal.
Like using your defenselessness as a weapon and shield is actually crazy.
Biggest ick I see nobody talk about, men raging at video games or sports. How do y'all not leave? Like, what is he screaming for? If anybody has played games with a woman before, you would know that they be raging at the game probably more than men do. But yeah.
Is that true? I'm not sure. I think it might be the same amount. I don't know.
I would have.
Icks are kind of funny though, because I feel like women are allowed to have icks, but if a man has an ick, it's like, yo, grown ass man with an ick, bro. But to be fair, I think that both genders have icks. Men just can't refer to it as ick. There's certain things that are known as turnoffs, right? Every human being has them, whether that's picking your nose. For me personally, bro, if a girl is like farting, bro, I don't know how some people do it, bro. That is actually crazy, nasty, disrespectful, all the above. I don't do that around people. I don't want people to do that around me. It doesn't matter if it's a girl, if it's a dude, whatever. I find that extremely gross, bro. Burping, I actually think is whatever, not that big of a deal. But farting for some reason, like, I don't want the freaking poop particles in the air in my nose, dude. And some freaky ass dude watching this video right now is like, are you mind? I love it. I need it. I sniff it. I'll go right to the source and go, yeah, you are actually down crazy bad.
Yeah, it is an ick when people rage at the game a little too much. I be complaining on the game sometimes. I don't be screaming, though. If you be screaming at the game and screaming at sports, too, yeah, no, that I can see how that could be an ick.
One thing about raging, I think it's not an ick. I think it can be a red flag depending on how somebody rages. Like, for example, if somebody's punching walls, punching doors, doing anything physically violent when they're upset, as a lady, if you're watching this video and a woman, I'm telling you right now, you might want to get out of there, bro, because if he gets mad at you, that might be your face in replacement, bro. You ain't trying to get, you know, the Chris Brown treatments.
Both a woman and a man. I feel like there's a lot of double standard in the whole my body, my choice, and the idea of parenthood. This guy made a TikTok about how his girl left him after she wanted an abortion, but he didn't let her. And this woman says, you forced her to have a child she wasn't ready to have, and then she left. Shocker. You aren't the superhero single dad you're making yourself out to be.
Do you think that men should have the right to opt out of fatherhood, since women have the right to opt out of motherhood? No.
Why? I want to know why.
From the crowd screaming,
because my perspective right now is I think that as a woman, you have body, your choice, whatever. If you want to spawn a baby into the world or you decide not to, 100% your choice, right? Because it's, you know, in you. I do think at the same time, what it would be the problem of a dude being like, okay, you have this baby, I'm not going to be there, so you're forced to raise this on your own or with a stepdaddy who stepped up and took my place. Otherwise, you take that and be like, okay, I'm deciding not to have this baby because the father of the child is not going to be present, therefore we're going to get it out of there, right? What's the problem with that? Why is that not a good thing? I feel like either way, nobody should be forced to be a parent when they don't want to.
Of course.
Also, from the perspective of the child, it's going to grow up fatherless, and that's a very big deal, right? So from their perspective, I feel like for the best interest of the child, I think it's best for both parents having some type of say in a way.
That kind of gets me. It's funny to me because you know what he really wanted to say was something like, you got this stupid bitch. It reminds me of this one post this woman made where it was like, if women can't get abortions, then men can't be deadbeat dads. And it's like, are we trying to heal society here for once? Thank God. Anyways, back to this guy's TikTok. I want to make a point that whether you're pro-abortion or pro-life, this woman in the relationship made the worst choice possible. Think about it. There's 3 choices she could have made. She could have done the pro-life choice where she just had the baby and lived with the baby and helped raise the baby. She could have done the pro-abortion choice, which is just to leave the man and get the abortion anyways. But she chose the 3rd worst option where she gave birth and then left him. If you were gonna...
I mean, I don't know. I think, like, as a woman, if your husband is forcing you into having a child and it's genuinely being forced, I'm not blaming her for leaving.
And get an abortion, you might as well have just left him anyways and just done it. I mean, I'm not pro...
I mean, maybe she wants to play life on hard mode, bro. Hardcore Minecraft. She got to defeat the warden, the Ender Dragon, all of the above, okay?
Abortion,
the Wither.
Exactly, but no, women are like... No, this man is evil no matter what. As if the guy had a gun to her head and said, you know, if you get this abortion, I'm gonna shoot you and kill you. And
we actually don't know the details, to be fair, right? Like, there is a chance that happened or something similar, right? We actually don't know, to be fair.
If men could get pregnant, you would see alpha male influencers like Andrew Tate on his podcast saying shit like, I'm on my 15th child. I'm about to give birth to my 16th. If you don't have 10 children by now, you're a pussy.
Dude, also, imagine if men could get pregnant, bro. Yo, I'd be getting filled up. No, pause. I'm not gonna finish. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. But actually, as a dude, I feel like if you're an alpha male, you would take on that pain instead of your woman, right? That's the alpha thing to do anyway. So you should be getting filled up and, you know, spread open on a table and then having a baby, bro.
Women love saying my body, my choice until it's somebody else's body.
I would never circumcise my child.
I would.
Like, I would kill my husband if he wanted to circumcise. I would literally kill for my kid not to be. It's so fucked up.
I would get him circumcised.
Why?
Because one, I know so many guys with anteater dick, and they have dick cheese,
they just need to shower every day.
Yeah, but that's hard for some guys sometimes.
Okay.
Nah, facts. I ain't gonna lie, bro. We are on our no shower 2026 journey, so I had to switch shirts. I've been wearing this one for the last like 5-6 months straight. So now I'm officially in this new tee right here. Yeah, I decided to stop hitting the gym and instead just opt for not plastic surgery, but the third best alternative, guys. Yo, is this tough? Be honest, bro. This is drip right here.
Well, that's their fucking problem. I shower every day.
Well, I shower every day too, but dick cheese, prominent, so infection. Also, it looks weird.
It doesn't look weird.
That looks weird as hell.
It's so fucked up because the kids are like awake. Y'all, if you ever saw a circumcision, you would never circumcise your child.
If you saw an abortion, you would never get one.
Ever. It's the most fucked up thing.
I think the only argument that she could make that makes sense is, I think, if it feels like, if you actually feel like negative effects of getting circumcised, like, for example, like the feeling of intimacy, things like that.
In the whole universe.
The whole universe? The absolute entire universe? I mean, I know she doesn't actually mean it, but like, that's kind of funny to think about. You heard it.
She must have seen a TikTok video and like, this is my new opinion, bro. This is like my new thought process. Yo, the amount of people who do that, crazy.
First, a baby that can't remember the first 3 years of its life, spending 5 seconds getting some loose skin chopped off of its wiener is the worst thing in the universe, meaning that she puts this over the Holocaust. If you're a...
That's actually crazy, yeah. Slavery, all the crazy tragedies that happen.
Circumcision, doctor, you're worse than a
Even for like a procedure, bro. Have you heard of Chinese foot binding, dude? Like, there's a lot of bad shit out there.
You're worse than a murderer! Like, can we think before we speak? I mean, the word...
Bro, there are places in the world that still practice female circumcision. That stuff is actually disgusting.
Worst thing in the universe, I'm sure she doesn't mean it, but like, what compels somebody to say that? Women can't wear makeup because it's considered fake. The men shouldn't be able to grow beards since that also fakes their looks. That would be the case if after puberty, women naturally grew makeup onto their face. I'm not even anti-makeup as long as the woman's not trying to like genetically morph her face with it. If it's, I'm fine with that, but like, dog, this is just a retarded take. Yeah, there's a lot of guys that use their beard to hide their chin insecurities, but like, too bad. That's how
he actually has a chin recession, so therefore he's sub 5, maybe a 3.5 at best.
They naturally came. A lot of women also grow their hair out a certain way and style it a certain way to hide their head shape.
Man, humans, we all do that. Like, this is a non-issue.
They be forced to shave their head? Another double standard that's in today's society is the view of adult material being consumed by both genders. This dude's wife got into those smut novels that I made a video about a while ago, and now she just lost all her sex drive for him. And then this guy replies to him saying that this reminds me of a comedian who talked about how now that his wife is reading those novels, he got excited and was like, let's try those things you read in the novels. And she said, sure, if you can turn into a werewolf. How is this any different from those...
He just turns into a werewolf, dude.
Fat anime nerds who can only get an erection if they see an anime girl getting raped by tentacles. If a dude ruined...
What did I just hear, bro?
His sexual relationship within marriage because he got addicted to anime tentacle, he would have to commit Sudoku out of embarrassment. But when a woman does it, it's seen as like a comedic joke, something to joke about.
I agree.
If you like this, you must also be okay with this. Or we could just do what Monster Hunter does and have the girls wear proper armor that actually protects them.
Yeah.
Okay, now on to the racial double standards. I saw a bunch of Jews abusing the welfare system here in America while having 7 to 12 kids and not even having a job while on welfare, but actually just studying religious texts.
that primarily speak Yiddish. Women have 7 kids on average. It's one of the fastest growing towns in America, with many men religiously studying the Torah full-time and rely on state assistance and welfare programs to feed and house their massive families. How many kids do you have? 7. 7? How many kids per family?
10, 12.
I'm not gonna lie, before he even really gets to this point, I think that Tyler Oliveira is very good at pushing propaganda and right-wing ideologies in his videos. And if you don't really notice that, especially nowadays, just try to pay attention to it. Like, I think he pushes a lot of false narratives and tries to make certain minorities look out to be bad in his content. So
14, 15.
I'm trying to figure out how you guys afford to have so many kids, though.
I'm struggling.
You're struggling?
Some of them are being supported by community members.
How do people afford to have such big families out here? What do you mean? How long does the prayer last?
To go from 6 o'clock in the morning until the night.
When do they work if they're praying all day?
What race/religion would be able to do this in America without getting scrutinized? I wouldn't really consider myself right-wing, but I would definitely say I'm right-wing leaning. But a lot of right-wingers will make fun of blacks and other races and other religions for abusing the welfare system.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Jews, oh no, they won't touch this. I mean, it's an entire community in New York abusing the system. And I've talked about black people abusing the system, and I'm gonna hold the Jews to the same standard. This is weird. Now, the last one is a triple standard. Dominican people, man. These people will look black, say they're not black, but then police people
I know black nigga. I Dominican papi.
on the N-word and say the N-word.
Yeah.
I'll say no, right? I have no problem saying it. I think everybody should be able to say it.
Oh, brother.
But you have Dominican people who look black, are ethnically black, like at a DNA level. They come from Africa on a DNA level. They then say nigga, and then they try to police other people on saying nigga. Dominican people be like, me no black, papi, me Dominican.
Honestly, I think that this happens with a lot of people who are like black adjacent, like Dominicans, probably Puerto Ricans as well. I know this happens with like some people who are Somali, some people who are from like Ethiopia maybe, who like don't consider themselves black. And it's like, if you don't consider yourself black, bro, how can you say the N-word? It doesn't make any sense. Like, you are literally calling yourself racist then. I don't get it. Either way, that's gonna do it for today's video. That was the craziest double standards within society. Let me know in the comment section which one you think is the worst, which one you think is actually valid. Do you think that none of them are valid at all and they all should just be straight up 50-50, treated the exact same way every time? Either way, that's gonna do it for today's video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, join Discord, link in the description. Let me know what you want to check out next on the channel. With that being said, it's Love and Law. I love you, and I'm out.